Picture your neighborhood on a Saturday morning. You step outside. Maybe you're grabbing the mail. Maybe you're just standing there with your coffee. And you look around. Really look, and it hits you. Every single yard on your street looks exactly the same. Green lawn, some mulch around the edges, a sad little shrub by the front door that nobody actually chose. It just came with the house and nobody ever questioned it. And look, I get it. That's the safe choice. It's what everyone else is doing. It's easy to maintain, easy to explain, and nobody's going to judge you for it. But here's what I want you to hear today. Playing it safe with your yard is actually costing you. Your personality, your enjoyment, your sense of ownership over a space that is genuinely, completely yours. And honestly, a lot of unnecessary money spent maintaining something you don't even love. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly why so many yards end up looking identical, because it didn't happen by accident. And once you understand why, you can't unsee it. I'm going to show you why that cookie cutter approach is a real waste of one of the most personal spaces you own. And most importantly, I'm going to help you figure out what your yard should actually look like. The one that fits your life, your habits, your personality. No landscape degree required. No huge budget. No ripping everything out and starting over. Just some honest thinking and a willingness to do something a little different. Let's go. Section 2. Why do all yards look the same? So let's talk about how we actually got here. Because this didn't happen by accident. And I think once you understand it, something clicks. Go back about 70 or 80 years. After World War II, developers were building neighborhoods fast. Thousands of houses, all at once, all on the same timeline. And when it came to the outdoor spaces, they made the cheapest, easiest decision available. They laid down grass. Not because it was the best choice. Not because anyone sat down and thought about what homeowners would actually want. Just because grass was fast, grass was cheap, and grass was what everyone else was already doing. And from that point, it just compounded. The hardware stores started stocking the same 3 shrubs because those were the ones people kept buying. The HOA guidelines got written around lawns because that was already the norm. Your neighbor did it. The house before you had it. So you kept it. Nobody made an active decision. Everyone just inherited one. And here's the really interesting psychological part. When you see the same thing long enough, you stop questioning whether it's right for you. The lawn stops being a choice and starts being a fact. Like the driveway, like the gutters. It's just part of owning a house, right? Wrong. The lawn is a choice. The mulch is a choice. Every single thing in your yard is a choice. Most people just never realized they were allowed to make a different one. And the moment you understand that your yard is a blank canvas that somebody else filled in with defaults, everything changes. Because now you can actually decide. Section 3. The 4 questions to find your yard's identity. Before you touch a single thing in your yard, before you buy one plant, pull one weed, or look at one Pinterest board, I want you to answer 4 questions. Seriously, pull out your phone and actually write these down. Because these 4 questions will tell you more about what your yard should look like than any inspiration photo ever could. Question 1. How do you actually use your yard right now? Not how you think you should use it. Not how you'd use it in a perfect world. How you actually, genuinely use it. Do you eat outside in the summer? Do your kids need open space to run around? Do you want total privacy? A space where you can sit and not be seen from the street? Or do you love being open, chatting with neighbors, watching the world go by? Your yard needs to serve your real life, not an imaginary version of it. Question 2. What's already working? Even the most neglected yard has something going for it. A tree that gives beautiful afternoon shade. A corner that catches perfect evening light. An old fence line with great bones. Take stock before you demolish anything. Working with what exists is almost always cheaper and smarter than starting from scratch. Question 3. What's one thing you've seen somewhere and thought, I want that feeling? A yard you walk past. A garden in a different city. Your grandparents' backyard. Don't just admire it. Ask yourself what feeling it gave you. Private and lush? Open and airy? Wild and alive? Structured and calm? That feeling is a direct signal about what your yard is actually asking for. Question 4. What is your real maintenance tolerance? Be brutally honest. Some people love gardening, the weeding, the pruning, the seasonal work. Some people want something that basically runs itself. Neither is wrong. But if your design doesn't match your reality, it'll look incredible for one season and become a source of guilt for the next 5 years. Section 4. 3-yard personalities. Okay, so once you've answered those 4 questions, a picture starts to form. And in my experience, most yards and most yard owners fall into one of 3 personalities. None of them look like the suburban default. All of them are genuinely beautiful, and all of them are achievable without spending a fortune. The first is the wild and easy yard. This is the native plant yard. Little to no lawn, plants that actually evolve to grow in your specific climate and soil, low water needs, low maintenance, and usually absolutely packed with birds, bees, and butterflies from spring through fall. The secret to making this look intentional and not just abandoned is defined edges and deliberate plant choices. A wild yard that was designed looks completely different from a yard that was neglected. One looks alive and considered. The other looks like nobody cares. The difference is smaller than you think. The second is the outdoor room. This person has decided their yard is an extension of their living space. There's a defined seating area, probably a dining spot, maybe a fire pit or a water feature. Plants exist as walls, backdrop, and atmosphere rather than the main event. This yard is perfect for someone who loves to host, wants to actually use the space rather than just maintain it, and maybe doesn't have a deep passion for plants themselves. You're designing a room. The ceiling is just the sky. The third is the edible garden. Raised beds along the fence. Fruit trees in the corners. Herbs spilling out of every available space. This yard feeds you, and it looks extraordinary while doing it. Kitchen gardens have been considered beautiful for centuries, and for good reason. Seasonal change, interesting textures, real purpose. And the payoff isn't just visual. It's dinner. Most people are actually a blend of 2 of these. That's completely fine. The point isn't to fit a category. It's to stop defaulting and start deciding. Here's the truth, and I want to leave you with this. Your yard is not a chore. It's not a liability. It's not something to manage and contain until you move somewhere else. It's a space. Your space. One of the only truly personal outdoor spaces most of us will ever have. And it deserves to feel like you walked in and said, yes, this is mine. I made this. This is exactly what I wanted. That doesn't require a big budget. It doesn't require a professional. It just requires one decision. The decision to stop defaulting and start designing. So this week, before you do anything else, walk around your yard with your phone. Take 10 photos. Look at them with fresh eyes. That's your starting point. Drop a photo in the comments. I read every single one. And if this gave you even one idea, subscribe. New video every week. See you in the next one.